Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome back to the Pile Improvisation Tournament. I hope you guys have had a great day, as I know you guys have been looking forward to this, because it's kicking off. Ladies and gentlemen, we're jumping right into the action. Pile's improv competition. We're starting the finals today. We're starting out with Dory versus Wind. Let's do this, shall we? And we're off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pile's improv tournament here in the finals. On the left-hand side, it's Dory, playing as the Moonshine Commander, facing off against their opponent. On the right, it's Wind. Now, these are some players that have gotten some popularity in recent times, especially in the Forts Pro League. You could say the Pixar team, as it were, has been incredibly popular. But I want to talk about this map for a moment. It's beautiful. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of the. It was released in the High Seas map, or in the High Seas campaign, but it isn't typically seen in High Seas. It's the urban maps, but with this particular stylization of Pile's current fascination. It is worth noting, there are expansions. One up top, one down below, and it looks like the players have kind of gone both directions. So now I'm looking to see how these players are going to be progressing here. Dory going with rear wind turbines. It looks like Wind also going with rear wind turbines, though hasn't placed them yet. There they are. Now placed. It appears that this is a 6-mine map. The forward outpost here doesn't have access to minerals, therefore you cannot get mines on them. I imagine that upper platform there will be used as a weapons platform, a weapons array of some kind. And that will be relevant. It appears both players are willing to take things slow. This is not a surprise given the commander choice. The Moonshine Commander, while it does have a bit of power going with rocketry or the general early game weaponry, it is most known for its late game weapons. Traditionally, cannons. On this patch, also lasers. Is that meant building a sandbag defense on rear turbines? What are you doing? Oh, no, he's just building a half. Okay. A half space, or should I say a one long, for shoving a turbine where it don't belong. I like the buzzsaw from Dory. Likely to disconnect Wind here in a moment. As we settle in for what is not quite a truce match, but a match where both players are quite content to not aggress for the time being. They've got another 2-ish minutes before I expect to see any kind of real pressure. I appreciate the buzzsaw keeping players honest. Beautiful. That's the shot I was hoping Dory would make. Wind has done a decent job of negating the costs, but that's still quite the damaging shot to make. And oh, yep, Dory getting the experience in kind is going to have to invest. Yeah, it's going to have to invest in some metal to prevent that from happening again. Gonna have to invest in a lot of metal to prevent that from happening again, which is probably too expensive to be worthwhile. On the other hand, no one has placed a heavy weapon yet, I say, as they're hovering as Wind places a plasma. Oh, hello. Dory takes a hit. They're so focused on just getting slowly growing towards heavy weaponry that they don't even bother to have enough defenses to stop a buzzsaw and a sniper. That's the kind of round this is. Mortars. Now, I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, so this map isn't going to be the best for mortars, but I'm a big fan of going mortars instead of heavy weapons. As in, at a approximately heavy weapon timing, you just go like 6 heavy mortars and just slam your opponent. It just works. That's the best way I can describe it. It just works. People don't expect the incredible firepower that 6 heavy mortars can land. They're not prepared for their relatively rapid refire rate. It just does a lot of damage. Now, this is only 3 mortars. I would like to see 6 before Wind fires, but I think he's not going to do that. I think he's going to focus. I think he's going to split his attention here with the plasma. This could break things. Important things. If Wind does this right, he could just kind of take basically anything of Dory's here. Just pick one thing and take it. Now he's splitting his focus a bit. He didn't quite get the aim right onto that howitzer. I think he's not going to get the howitzer because Dory's going to be able to respond. Nope. Plasma comes in and punches through. Actually gets the angle around the energy shields. Dory had 2 energy shields on that howitzer and still managed to, well, get it blasted by a plasma. It is worth noting, Dory does have a cannon. And an energy shield defending the cannon. Or rather, defending the area around the cannon. Unfortunately, energy shields don't stop mortars. No, I think that's a good thing they don't stop mortars. You need something to deal with those energy shields. As you can see, it's very well placed as the mortars are continuing. One of the heavy mortars has been destroyed. Sniper OP. This will cause some problems for Wind's damage output. It is worth noting that this is one of these particularly defensive maps, as I'm sure you guys are able to tell. Oh, that's devastating. It all comes crumbling down, quite literally. Look at that collapse. And he's gone. And just like that, Wind wins it. Ladies and gentlemen, good job, Wind. Alrighty then. Give us a few minutes here while we get set up for the next round. I want to say again, welcome one, welcome all to Pile's Improvisation Tournament, where today we're going to be showcasing the finals. Use that bracket command in chat to bring up the current roster, the bracket. We're starting out with the semifinals. Then we'll get into the finals itself. Let's go. Best of 3 or single elimination? It is double elimination, actually. Yes. Well, hello there. Mulberry Khan. Coming in and joining the incursion for 13 months. Forts, 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 forts. Yes. Thank you, thank you. Coming in and rejoining the incursion and regaining access to all the beautiful emotes here on the channel. Welcome back. For those wondering, yes, we do have a delay on, so there won't be cheating in terms of in-game screen cheating, as it were. You needn't worry about such things. It does also mean that banter back and forth will be somewhat limited, at least for this stage of the stream. We'll be removing the delay later on as we move on to the regular Saturday portion of our stream, the community matches. We need another couple minutes while we get everything set up. Next match will be Taichu versus Bruce. Whatever happened to Eaton? Haven't seen him in any FPL videos for a while. He is nothing. He's still around. In terms of FPL, he actually got eliminated relatively early in the main stage. So he wasn't in the most recent ones. Most recent episodes. Do I watch other Fort streamers? Not really, actually. Like, I'll check in every now and again. But, honestly, I do so much Forts on the channel that I struggle to want to watch Forts in my free time. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for this break, as we're jumping right back into the action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2 here in the semifinals. Oh my. Now this is a map. So this is actually interesting. It has that same kind of observable stylization of Pile, at least for this particular iteration of the tournament. It even has the cube, which is so very well done. I love this 3D effect here. But the stylization is a little bit different. This one's just nice. This just looks so very high quality. This is so much higher quality than this, like even base game maps. Holy smokes! I like this. Okay. Well, here we have on the left-hand side, it is Bruce playing as the Pinch Fist Commander. Facing off against his opponent on the right, it's Taichu playing as the Firebird Commander. Now this, I think, is going to get exciting. A little messy, to say the least. So, Firebird and Pinch Fist have an unusual relationship as commanders. The reason for that is both tend to favor aggression. but in somewhat different ways. So, Pinch Fist, as you guys know, it's the heavy weapons rush commander. It's aggressive in the sense that it wants to get heavy weapons generally as fast as possible or within some substantial alacrity. And then it will result in some rather rapid fire weaponry. Oh, do we have a false start here? Yeah, we got a false start here. Alright. Give it a moment. We may have to restart things here. Yeah, alright. Technical difficulties. Player foul. Though I am kind of surprised. Needs to be, I think, a little bit more rigid communication regarding the rules of the tournament. There are some rules regarding the... Yeah, there's some rules regarding the choices of commanders. They were attempting a different commander ban system and is not... the players are not yet comfortable with it. And so a wrong commander has been selected. This will not impact the match as far as I can tell. So I believe there will be no penalties or handicaps or anything of the sort added in. It will be simply a quick restart. And Bruce will have to choose a different strategy. I'm curious to see if Taichu will also choose a different strategy. Alright, now we are back once again into the round. It looks like Taichu has remained Firebird, but Bruce has become Scattershot. So here we have on the left-hand side, it is Scattershot. So Scattershot is I'm going to describe as a much more similar commander to Firebird in several ways. Well, specifically in one way, in that the heavier weapons just kind of get empowered. Now, Firebird has the option for earlier game engagement in a way that is not available to Scattershot, and I'm curious if Taichu will be taking that option. Now, in the false start of a previous round, Taichu didn't choose that option, so I suspect he's also going to not choose that option again. But maybe that's the reason why he'll do it. Alright, Taichu, where are you building your turbines? I want to know. Because I don't know where to build turbines on this map. I like the one turbine that Taichu has up there, but one turbine's going to leave him energy starved. He needs a second. Bruce has built turbines in a spot where he can get two of them, but that's not a permanent turbine spot. That's how you get yourself in trouble. Alright, I didn't notice that. That's a beautiful turbine spot. It's not enough space for all the turbines, but that is good. That is good for what you can fit in there. You might even be able to get 3 in there. I think Taichu can only fit 2 this time. I wonder if Bruce is going to see that and copy it. Bruce very well just may see that and go, oh, I'm doing this now. Ooh, buzzsaw out of nowhere. Oh, not like this. Oh no. And he's gone. Bruce chopped down, sent to the void. Taichu wins it. Off the hand of a buzzsaw before we even really get started. Get it. And then just buzzsaw out of nowhere. Just touching the foundation node and snapping it all down. That's it. And it just falls off the surface. Kaboom. Well, that happened. Alright then, next up it will be OG versus Clow. As we move on to improvisation at 999. Oh, this one looks pretty. I like this. I think you guys are going to like this one. I think the devs would like this one. I think the devs would like this one a lot. One buzz. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even notice the buzzsaw opportunity there. Especially with the turbines in that location. I wasn't thinking buzzsaw at all. But, you know who was thinking it? Very effective. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are ready, because these players are, as we're jumping into the next round. Look at this place. It's gorgeous. Just the mountain peaks. It fits so well with the background. I like the tie-in with the backdrop here. You have the green peaks. You have, well, the frankly well-shaded foreground bits. The terrain. It's nice. Like, it's actually just fits so very well with the general theming. As we jump into the round itself. As here we have on the left-hand side, it's OG playing as the Seep commander. I feel like picking Seep in this tournament generally is risky, but also particularly effective if you get it right. Because some of these maps just have a lot of Seep potential. This one, I think, is going to be one of those maps. It's close enough that you can get... It's close enough that you can get actual missiles on target very quickly. And it's got this section here, which, if done right, should be able to fit at least 3 of these. And I believe that's exactly what OG is going for. On the other hand, Klaus playing as the Hurricane Commander. Going for straight up heavy weapons. It's going to be the laser variety. Is grabbing an AP Sniper and an EMP along the way. We've seen how much damage those can do. I do wonder if that third one can fit here, or if it would require... the restructuring and selling off of this battery. Oh, well, there's the AP Sniper reveal. I don't think that's going to complete in time. It doesn't. He tries to fire back. Doesn't make it. EMP flies. Projectile dies. It begins. Cloud is opening with some early game harassment. It's worth noting that because this is a double core map, where that is to say each player has 2 cores, you don't have to worry so much about early game energy production. So the EMP, while annoying, is not going to be as devastating as it could be. Alright, OG, what's the plan here? You going multi-swarm? Or are you going nuke? You've got limited time before Clow's weaponry comes online, and once those weapons come online, those missiles become risky. The missiles aren't firing. There's something wrong with the swarm launchers or something. OG is attempting to fire them, they're not working. Whoa. OG is also threatening, like, at the cusp of collapse here. Okay. That fire beam takes out the sniper. OG's in trouble. Oh boy. He's having to use a portal to fix the swarm missile firing angles here, which is going to ruin his energy economy. The second core helps, but the second core does not enable the usage of portal nukes, portal missiles generally, without causing problems. And those fire beams are keeping the snipers suppressed. And by suppressed, I mean destroyed. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, one map where missiles are less effective than I would have expected. OG has yet to be able to fire these. The map suppression from Clow is just good enough to keep him completely locked down. Like, both of his sniper positions are just shot constantly. Oh, but the buzzsaw almost takes out Clow's plasma. But Clow's plasma is coming online right now, and the first missile is just launching. Look at that. Near complete shutdown of the launcher. I think the second swarm can't launch even through the portal, which is unfortunate. Yeah, he's selling it off. Well, that's just unfortunate for OG. What looked to be a very strong start, simply wasn't. And now the plasma's online and things are about to get real unpleasant for him. Yep, that's some damage. Okay, so he's selling off the missiles entirely. They just at this point they are a bad strategy. So what will OG do here is he doesn't have access to heavy weapons tech at the moment. He's getting an upgrade center, but he doesn't have another tier 1 tech. So he's relying on, I guess his strategy is going to be just try to get upgrades and phase tank for several minutes. You're on fire. Thank you. This one feels bad to be OG, because while it's a perfectly expected. Expected isn't really the right word. It's not an unexpected outcome. These maps are not particularly well tested. They're not particularly well tested, and that's kind of part of the agreement that the players go into. These are new maps. No one has seen them before. None of the players have played them before. It is just a matter of, can you find a strategy that works on the map and go for it. That's why it's called the improvisation tournament. You just have to work with whatever you're given. And, well, unfortunately, the map is not seep friendly, although it would appear that Pile intended it to be seep friendly, just didn't quite nail it right. So OG picked seep and is being punished for it, and that's just how that's going. It is in fact a disaster for OG, as Cloud is just kind of doing what he wants, which involves getting more energy production, more weaponry. It's up to 2 plasmas, that's going up to 2 fire beams now. It's just a lot of damage. And there it goes. Man, that sucks to be OG in this situation. If only, if only. I was really looking forward to that too. I really wanted to see OG get those swarms off. Good lord. EMP just ruining opportunities for survival. Just goes directly to the core. That's all there is to it. A clean shot. Well played. Improvisation 9,991. Alright. Give us a moment while we get set up. The players are here, so we're almost ready to go. If you guys want to grab a drink, grab a snack, now is your opportunity, because there's not long left before the next round starts. Clow versus Taichu. It's hard to keep up, so many new maps. Yes, literally all the new maps. They're all new, every one of them. And there's a lot. And they're all so, it's just incredibly high quality. Ladies and gentlemen. And we're off to the next round. Clow versus Taichu. Oh, this is a big one. Didn't realize how big it is. And the diamonds. They're on all sides. Look at it. This one feels weird. I think it's the straightness of the lines here, but I don't know how to make that. This one's hitting some uncanny elements to me. Alright. It's also quite big, and there's an expansion node way back here. I mean, look at getting to here is going to be mechanically difficult. Alright. We have connections here. This will make... There's also a connection down here. So this will make this potentially extremely defensible. We'll see how that works out. But we have Cloud playing as the Overdrive Commander versus Taichu playing as the Pinch Fist Commander. This could be quite an intense matchup here. This will be, I suspect, one of the eco versus aggro scenarios where the Pinch Fist player gets around about 15 minutes to win the game, or the superior eco of the Overdrive Commander just kind of wins it. Alright, let's see how this goes. So looking at this match, Clow has done something interesting. Clow has placed both an upgrade center and an armory. Now this has implications, because Overdrive doesn't require an armory in order to progress up to the next tech level. The upgrade center functions as a tier 1 tech. So getting the armory isn't just incidental, it's purposeful. And that is interesting. Is it literally just for the EMP? That's a bit of a heavy investment for just an EMP. The EMP is getting decent value for, at least on a shot-for-shot basis. It's shutting down the plasma beam Taichu had placed, which will delay Taichu's weaponry. Taichu kind of desperately needs to get that fire beam placed. Yeah, no, this looks like it is just token EMP and 2 cannons. I mean, I can get behind it. That plasma is just constantly shut down. Finally, machine gun. Oh. Both machine guns missed. Taichu gets EMP'd again. Oh no. Oh, it hurts my soul to see. I like the turbine platforms here. Taichu's managed to get 4 of them. Clow may be able to get 6 in there. We'll see how that pans out. The opening volley from Taichu did not break Clow. That will give Clow an opportunity to defend against Taichu's revealed strategy here. Taichu is about to get another volley, and damage can be dealt. Serious damage can be dealt. Doesn't quite align the shots. Clow survives, and engages in this sniper duel. It begins. This is where the round begins in earnest. Clow has properly survived the opening volleys of Taichu, and it's now a game. Can Taichu break Clow before Clow outscales Taichu? At this rate, Clow seems to be winning that race in terms of momentum. Oh, we found a spot. Weakness detected. Massive damage. The cannon falls. Cloud knocked down to 43%. His core actually directly touched by that beam. That's, oh boy, that was a lot of damage. That was close. Like, that was incredibly close. That was like a frame or two, just like 1 or 2 ticks away from defeat there. Taichu almost just won it directly. That's gonna reset Cloud pretty harsh. Pretty far. Does he get the angle again? He doesn't get the angle this time. And for it, Taichu loses a fire beam and almost the plasma. Cloud now crutching on snipers, realizing that he needs to do something. He can't let Taichu just continue to pummel him like this, or Taichu's going to just kind of run away with the game. He's using multiple snipers constantly to try to suppress Taichu in any way possible. And it's working. He's clearing out machine gunners. He took out both fire beams. He won the sniper duels, plural. Taichu is actually beaten off the map entirely. Taichu has nothing except a single plasma beam. That is wild. At the moment, Clow is going with the howitzer. Howitzer, I think, is a great call here because Taichu doesn't have a lot of anti-air, and what little he's maintaining, it just isn't going to be enough to deal with the howitzer. This howitzer is likely to blindside Taichu, and in doing so, get substantial damage done. God, the sniping from Clow is ridiculous. I mean, look at this. So Taichu is still, as I've mentioned, on the clock, as it were. I'd give him at most another 5 minutes before Clow's power becomes absolutely overwhelming. Unless Taichu does something to change that. He's running out of time. He's running out of time quickly. The reveal. But there's no follow-up to it. Taichu will be able to survive this opening volley without too much of an issue. As you can tell, no real damage. The issue becomes in about a minute from now, when that second howitzer comes online, and both howitzers can fire at the same time. Taichu knows this is the case and is going to have to develop additional anti-air, which he has done, and that anti-air is being sniped. Clow's handling that quite ridiculously so. Second howitzer not quite online yet. So Taichu is still safe for this volley, but will not be safe for the next. Taichu's time is running out. Plasma is shutting down the rocket platform. Well done. At this point, Taichu may have to rely on a door snipe to get the damage done that he needs in order to come back in this game, in order to, claim victory in this game. That's a heavy hit. Taichu gets chunked. His defenses remain intact, but that's a hefty repair bill, and Taichu is broke. He will not be repairing that before the next round of howitzer shells is ready to fire. He actually pens the armor there, but there's nothing to break. Oh no! Did he just door snipe that with oh no! The snipers are doing more damage than the howitzers. They just took out both plasmas. That's it. Taichu's win condition is just gone. I at least expected Taichu to, explode to the howitzers when they both fired in about, a couple seconds from now, but the snipers just did it. Literally winning the game off the back of a triple sniper micro. Holy smokes. What do you do here, Taichu? How do you come back from this? You don't even have a plasma to get the Hail Mary, the clutch door snipe. And the rockets, they're coming online. Cloud's actually kind of energy starved. He won't be able to fire everything. Like, he gets this one volley and then struggles. You know, actually, he can clutch on the commander ability to get it to refill his energy banks. He will be able to refire an entire second volley here. It begins. I'd say it begins, but at this point, I don't know what Taichu can do beyond die slowly. And I'm curious to see if Taichu manages to do something. I don't see what he can do. He's now beginning to sell off his storages. It's getting desperate. The pummeling. And the 20mm are coming online as the follow-up. Uh-oh. How is that not core damage? This man is still sniping at this man's snipers are still taking out everything in Taichu's base. Oh my god. The dismantling. The absolute defeat in detail. Just holy smokes. The sniper play from Clow is ridiculous this time. What is even happening right now? I gotta check out that moment that ruined it all. Here we have it. Clow struggling to rebuild after eating those howitzer shells. He's going to do something. He's going to fire his weapons. Both of them. And immediately the snipers come in through the doors. Breaking everything. And ruining his chances of coming back. Look at it. Just snipers through the doors. And that's it. That was the end. It's wild. Here comes death. Yeah. So that was a pretty good round. I'd say that was a very good round. I didn't expect death by sniper. I'm calling it there, that was a sniper kill. I understand there were howitzers on the screen, but that was a sniper kill. You can't convince me otherwise. Alright, next up we have Dory versus Clow. As here we have King is Fire coming in and rejoining the incursion with that Prime Gaming. Thank you, friend. You've regained access to all the beautiful emotes here in the channel, as well as special access role in Discord. Welcome back. As we're moving on to Improvisation 9992. Oh my god, I love what I'm seeing already. You guys are gonna like this map. You guys are definitely gonna like this map. Yes. Alright, give us a moment while we finish setting up the next round. I'm going to take this opportunity to stand up and stretch. Stretch these legs. And arms. And everything else for that matter. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better. Okay. Man, those snipers from Clow are ridiculous. Literally destroying every weapon. Most of the defenses in base. As we jump into the next round. So this is a wild one. Can anyone say tanks? I did not see this coming. Not even a little bit. And also, the cube. So we have some tank-on-tank violence. Tanks in forts. You see it here first. So this is all background, Brace. All background, okay. All right, well, let's take a look at the players here. We have Dory here on the left playing as the Firebird commander, facing off against Clow on the right playing as the Seep commander. I foresee Seep not being a great pick for this map, and I feel bad for Clow having picked it. Unfortunate. This is going to be an interesting one. The map layout is a little bit unusual, and I like a little bit unusual. Immediate reaction. Look at that. Dory places 3 incendiary mortars. Immediately, the anti-mortar emplacement comes up. This man is watching like a hawk. I approve. More attentive than I am. It begins. Alright, so Dory going up to Cannon Tech. What is Cloud going to do here? This actually is probably a decent rocket map. The swarms from that position are... I'm not terribly surprised to see that. That is obviously part of the intent. It's just you can only get 2 of them and only if you're Seep. And that's still a very rough position to put them. Oh no. What have you done? Clow, you brave man. He's putting a swarm missile in front of his core. It can work. It can work just fine. I didn't think you could fit one of those there. But I stand corrected, and now you poor businesses. Well, it is Seep. So having a risky missile rush isn't out of the ordinary. But man, that's a risky one. I am of the opinion that Cloud needs to be firing now. Waiting for surprise nukes, I think, is a mistake. I think he needs every moment he can to delay the incoming firepower. As is, Dory has already placed one of 20mm cannon, which means there's going to be incoming damage against Cloud, regardless of what happens next. Cloud needs to be slowing down this incoming pressure. Swarms splashing across. This will prompt Dory to react with some additional defenses, slowing down the potential aggression. If Cloud can bring that 3rd swarm online... Okay, he's not bringing in the 3rd swarm online. He's upgrading to double nuke. That's expensive. Good luck. That will also leave Dory clean to bring his own weaponry online. So Cloud is going to have to tank hits here. And it looks like he knows that and is investing into additional armor. At the moment, Cloud has decided, I'm not going to deal damage, I'm not going to apply aggression or suppression, I'm just going to let you build up. And in response, just kind of try to tank whatever you do. Hopefully, Cloud is just hoping to be alive and sufficiently intact when those nukes come online, that he'll be able to wield them effectively. He's going to need another battery or 2. Uh-oh. Mortars landed. That's not good. Where are you putting your other batteries here, Cloud? I like the lower expansion. You are going to need that for turbines. Probably batteries as well, because you're kind of out of space elsewhere. The mortars are just being annoying. We do see batteries placed first. I think that is the right call. Unfortunately, it gets immediately blasted by a 20mm. So Cloud has to make the decision of not firing all his weaponry or delaying until he can get another battery online. I think it's going to be not firing all his weaponry and just chain firing them, which is, in my opinion, the correct answer. We've had this discussion before. Many times. Do it. Do it. Do it. And good. Now suppress with the sniper. Do it. Do it. Do it. Fire the nuke! There you go. Hopefully that makes it. It will. Solid damage. Now, it doesn't have the... Oh, it actually exposes the 20 mil for a moment. The machine gunners clear off the sniper. Oh well. Alright, so without being able to actually group fire the weapons, or fire them in rapid succession, as it were, those nukes wouldn't... They really didn't have a chance at penetrating things. What they did do is cause damage. A lot of damage. And that is a good start here. Cloud needed to get some real pressure on the board, or Dory just kind of runs away with the game. Now that Cloud has managed to invest into multiple batteries, just sneaking in back here, I can expect to see the group fire happening. I'm still of the impression that chain fire is the most appropriate option, but at least you can chain fire with some closeness to the shots. Which means the nukes will be able to stack their damage, even when chain fired. And in doing so, cause real damage. Like so. 20 mil exposed, sniper, you missed twice. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, ho, 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 ho. The chunkening. Massive damage. Dory's devastated. That is some truly terrible, terrible damage. It's all gone. Just the whole front of the fort. It's missing. I can get behind that. You see, that's what we're here for. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Clow taking a risk, and it's paying off in victory points. Look at it. Dory is just getting blasted out of this game. Holy smokes, that's a lot of damage. It launches again. At this point, Dory has little of anything they can do to come back in this game. They're not dead yet, technically. They still have agency. They can still do things, but what do you do? Do you simply repair? Do you rebuild? The answer is, I don't know. Having lost all the weapons, it costs some substantial income to get them back, meaning Dory can't even properly retaliate or do anything to prevent what Clow is about to bring down upon Dory. All she could really do at this point is just take it. And that is unpleasant. I'm thinking snipers. If you get enough snipers, you might be able to outsnipe Clow and prevent launch of the missiles. Why is bro locked in sniping against you but misses here? Well, I can answer that question. It's because, Taichu, what you did against Clow was you were a hair's breadth away from winning, to the point where Clow had literally nothing he could do but snipe. Like, this man, you press him so hard, this man couldn't even repair his base. There was, all he could do is sit there and snipe and hope it was enough. That's not the case here. Here, Clow is doing other things like expanding, building wind turbines while trying to snipe, you know, launching missiles, that kind of stuff. This is a big difference between I'm going to sit here and not even bother repairing, and all I can do is try to door snipe you because there's literally nothing else to do. And, you know, this entire massive base in which he's literally adding in a multiple control groups worth of mortars. As Dory gets chunked. But yeah, dude, Taichu, that was a wild round. Seeing those snipes, seeing Cloud do terrible, the things Cloud did with those snipers should not be legal. It was like watching a crime. And I loved it. Please tell me. Okay. For a second, I thought that nuke was just gonna sneak in through that little exhaust port worth of a hole. They do that sometimes. They absolutely do that sometimes. Oh, please. Is it going to be death by heavy mortar? There's a very real chance here that the heavy mortars end this game right now. If it hits right here and breaks this foundation node, I'm reasonably certain Dory just gets ripped off the edge, ripped off the foundation too. Do it. Do it. Oh, re-aimed. Oh wow. It didn't rip the core off that. Okay. That's actually a lot more stable than I thought it was. So the nuke will take it here, yeah? There it goes. Just like that, Cloud wins it. Well played. Yeah, that was... I liked that. That was so much damage. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a moment while we set up the next round. Will be Clow versus Wind. Let's see what this next one looks like. Alrighty then. We are almost ready to kick it off. Improvisation at 9993. Let's do this. On to the next round. Clow versus wind. So this one looks visually similar to another map we've seen, but there's something wild going on here. Anyone figure out what it is yet? Actually, I quite like this layout. This is interesting. This is an aggressive map if I've ever seen one. Okay, this is wild. Alright, I like this. I can get behind this. I can get behind this a lot. This looks fun. This is knife fight in a closet micro fest. Well, here we have on the left hand side, it's Clow, playing as the Pinch Fist Commander. On a map with triple reactor cores and a whole lot of verticality to place. Facing off against Wind on the right hand side, playing as the Overdrive Commander. I think the Overdrive Commander is a very strong pick on this map specifically. For reasons I think we're about to find out. For a second, wait, is this man just gonna cheat? Please tell me this man's gonna do a sniper cheese. He's not, it looks like he's not doing a sniper cheese, but okay, he's not doing a sniper cheese. But I really would have loved to see that happen. Interesting. So we're also not seeing any kind of rush play. This kind of map, to me, reeks of Rocket Rush. Like, just go Rocket Rush. Rocket Rush with miniguns and AP snipers. You get like 3 AP snipers, 3 miniguns, and 3 rocket launchers. You have 3 cores that massively helps your energy economy, and you have unlimited access to rear turbines. You can just blast your opponent back to the Dark Age, and if they don't outright die, then they certainly don't get to do whatever it is they wanted to do. But as it stands, Clow is going for actually an incredibly quick iteration of the Pinch Fist Rush, especially given the context of these players have not optimized the map. So we're gonna have a Fire Beam Plasma Beam combo landing at 10 o'clock properly, if not a little before. That might throw Wind off a bit. It's worth noting that with triple cores, especially in these positions, defending them becomes a problem. You have to defend every core because the cores will chain react. If you lose any one of them, you lose them all. Therefore, you have to defend the entirety of the front of your base. You don't have the luxury of just defending one hard point. So that's going to be a mechanically difficult thing, which I think is another point in favor of high aggression, especially early aggression. But yeah, we're not seeing early aggression at all. And frankly, Wind going for the delayed heavy weapons, having gone for economy first, that's going to put him in a rough position because he's going to get blasted. He has the opportunity. There is nowhere on this fort where Clow can't deal incredible damage, with the exception of specifically where he's placed the energy shields, which at this point is looking to be everywhere. It's like you can't miss unless you literally just miss, or I guess hit the energy shield in the one spot that he put one. Okay, well that's unfortunate for Clow. Clow now developing energy shields of his own. No, this is actually a... So something I don't see often are, I'm going to say, inverted or upside down tiny doors. This is a map where you can do upside down tiny doors instead of these big doors like this. So you still get tiny doors, but the other way. Oh. Oh, look at him sitting there, face tanking the fire beam, waiting for the door snipe. Oh, 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 get read like a book. Oh my god. Oh, that's devastating. Oh, Wins getting wrecked. Oh, that was brutal. So Wins saw the fire beams hit his plasma and was like, alright, the obvious follow-up is you are going to hit me with a plasma beam. So I'm going to sit here with my own plasma beam, and the instant I hear those doors, I'm going to blast your plasma beam out of the game. You know what Cloud did? Nothing. He sat there and watched as Wind burned, cooked, and just... Oh, man. So now Wind is doing the Cloud thing of getting 4 snipers and trying to win the sniper war, which it looks like he's doing. You know, shout out. Good job. That's a thing. Unfortunately for Clow, Wind understands that this is mass laser beam and has gotten a frankly concerning amount of energy shields. I don't foresee Clow ending the game with energy weapons anymore. There's just way too many energy shields. You'd have to swap up to something like rockets or cannons, or maybe get EMPs first. Oh, this sniping. Nah. From below. Alright, so at this point Clow is struggling to get damage done because everything is, well, oh my god, the double snipers. Honestly, Wind just has a bunch of exposed snipers and just kind of breaking Clow's components. Lasers are generally incredibly vulnerable to snipers, and we're seeing an example of that. Now, Clow is winning the sniper duel, but he needs to do something else. He doesn't have a way of actually breaking wind at this point, and he's not working on a way of breaking wind at this point. So many energy shields. So it is worth noting that this is a pinch fist versus overdrive match. And I mentioned it last time, but pinch fist tends to kind of fall off at around the 15-minute mark. The generally superior eco of overdrive just kind of outscales by about that point. We're working toward hitting that point. We're coming up on the 11-minute mark right now. And, well, Cloud just doesn't have as well developed a base as Wind. Wind is... He doesn't have a lot of damage output, but he also is functionally immune to Cloud's advances. And Cloud hasn't done anything to change that. Like, yes, Cloud still has more firepower, yes, Cloud still has more weapons on the board, and Cloud is technically still ahead in terms of board state, but it's not far enough ahead that it can actually defeat Wind, and Wind has a better eco, and generally more capabilities, better future prospects than Cloud does. Like, eventually, Wind is just gonna surpass, and that's just gonna be it. I'm looking forward to these mortars from Wind, because I'm reasonably certain that Cloud has no idea they're coming. He knows there's something that... Oh, that door snipe. Wind's just sitting there waiting on door snipe. Like, Wind isn't even firing at Cloud unless it's a door snipe opportunity. I don't blame him. Like, why risk it? Wind can get a significant advantage here just by waiting. But yeah, Cloud did not expect the mortars. Those mortars came out of nowhere and are getting some hits in. Cloud does react by putting machine gunners down. He is reacting appropriately. But triple plasma penetrates, taking out one of Cloud's mines. In response, Cloud retaliates, wiping out all 3 heavy mortars and the energy shield defending Wind's plasma beam. Which, honestly, that's not the worst trade I've seen. Ooh, and the sniper follow-up. Wind loses another plasma. You know, Cloud is very good at these precision shots, I gotta say. I'm curious what Cloud's plan here actually is. Cloud picked up a workshop, which... Buzzsaws? Question mark? I'm uncertain what he wants to do with those. He could go mortars on his own. It is mass buzzsaw. Okay. Deep. Oh! 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 It got touched. It got touched so very hard. Wow. That core is got almost no HP left. 42% down here. 61% up here. Wind actually getting touched by this in ways that he wasn't expecting. That's oh my. You know, we're at about the 15-minute mark here. This is about the time when I would expect winds to just be kind of running away with things, or at least the momentum shifting heavily in wind's favor. Honestly, Clow has just been door sniping and focusing individual components down. Wind hasn't been able to make headway. Like, Wind isn't losing, but there it is. That's the kind of damage Wind was looking to make. Cloud loses a plasma. He's just gonna keep focusing fire, and if he manages to break through, which there's a good chance of it, then Wind is just taking more damage, and he's really capable of rebuilding within a swift time period. Oh, there's a trade there, and I think that goes in Wind's favor. It definitely goes in Wind's favor. Clow loses a pair of plasmas. Clow now down to 2 plasmas, matching Wind's 2 plasmas. Oh! Just the headshot. Wind loses another plasma. Just in time for Wind to place another plasma. That is what happens when you go heavy economy. Wind just kind of runs away with the ability to place plasmas. Like, Clow is still doing damage here, which is impressive. Clow actually has 2 plasmas and 2 more under construction. Question from chat. I wonder if it would be good to swing the middle core back to prevent chain reactions. Yeah, I saw a suggestion from chat. Just eject the core to begin with. I mean, not immediately, but eventually. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Like, honestly. Like, why bother giving the chain react option? Just... the core is weak. Eject it. You only need 1 core to survive. Yeah, you lose the energy income from it. The energy income is kind of important, but... at some points in the game, you're going to have this massive turbine array in a very safe location. You could just kind of... use that. Firing again. Oh, Wind loses another plasma. Oh no. Honestly, Cloud's been doing a great job of picking Wind apart at his weak spots. This is a much better back and forth than I expected, as immediately Wind gets the door snipe. Cloud loses another one. Oh my. Man. Every time Cloud takes a hit, like, you can feel it. That kind of damage is not being repaired quickly. But Wind can repair it. Honestly, Cloud almost eliminated Wind right there. It was a beautifully combined force there. Double buzzsaw into double plasma down through this same hole. Almost enough to penetrate through Wind's defenses. Almost. I approve of Cloud's tech switch, or the addition of the cannon tech here. The heavy mortars from Wind could be very dangerous. Man, Wind is just sitting here doing nothing but door sniping, and I don't blame him. It's worth noting that Wind has successfully constructed a howitzer. He's gone with the howitzer option himself. Clow is unprepared for this, as Clow manages to just break through one of Wind's weapon platforms and take out another plasma. Yeah, this game has reverted to cannons. High-tech laser beams, too gimmicky. Only cannons. Oh, is that it? Not quite. Ah, yes. The howitzers are flying, but at this point, everyone knows what's up. Wind has done a consistently good job of kind of blindsiding Clow with random weapons, but Clow just kind of takes the damage and just is far enough ahead in game state that he doesn't immediately lose. But Wind has not been super aggressive. He's just relying on door snipes to keep Clow in check and trying to gradually expand up to a point where he can overwhelm, but he hasn't managed to get there. Clow has been the more aggressive player, taking opportunities to, merge shots, focus fire, and break through Wind's armor, and do just enough damage to prevent Wind from outscaling Clow entirely. But you can really feel it. Wind still has an advantage in terms of, Jesus Christ, that's so many weapons hitting the same spot. Wind just loses another plasma, but Wind has the economy to just keep building things. He lost a plasma, but look, there's still another plasma in production despite it all. Now, at this point, I will say, I think Wind is slowly being drained here. If things continue as they are, then I think Wind may eventually get ground out of the game. But it's going to be a very slow death, and I strongly suspect that the game's time limit will be reached before Wind is broken down at this rate. Do it. Do it. I know Wind is gonna be sitting there, waiting for it. Do it. Oh, he didn't take the oh, everything. Oh, so many weak spots were opened up there. But Wind survives it as he builds another plasma. Okay, okay. The damage is real. The damage is very real. Wind is struggling. Oh, he's got to sell that howitzer now. He's got to sell that howitzer. Okay, he gets it sold. Wind is falling apart. His armor is actually broken for the first time this match, and he's building up. He's rebuilding quickly. He's got a bit of a bank he can work with. He can expend it, and he is expending it. But for the first time, there is nothing serious behind this. His bank has been expended. He doesn't have a bank of the whole cluster of weapons rebuilding. He still has a plasma under construction, and that will enable him to door snipe and continue the suppressing of Clow. But this is not... That's not enough. That's not enough to actually break Clow unless he gets lucky with some chain reaction, which, to be clear, is possible in multiple locations. But it's gonna have to be something crazy to make that work. All right, Wind. This is your opportunity to shoot your shot. You got the energy for it. He builds another plasma. I actually like where he built that plasma. I would think you may actually want to... I was about to say move it one space down, but that might have been a little rough. Oh, the turbine there is a reveal, and yeah, Cloud takes the opportunity to punish it. Wind did manage to build up enough of a bank that they can repair whatever damage is coming in here. But this is going to leave Clow completely unpressured. Clow is officially free to do whatever Clow wants to do. And what Clow wants to do, I can only imagine, is build more weapons. I would love to see mortars here. I would love to see more buzzsaws here. Another howitzer would be nice, though that one's a little bit more difficult to do. There are only 3 minutes left in this match. At the end of the 3-minute timer, whoever has the most core HP remaining will be the victor. At this point, that is Clow. The thing is, after the howitzers penetrate and like open the armor, there are still energy shields behind it. So the plasmas cannot be the thing that follows up. They would have to do an inversion of the usual methods here by using plasmas to open up and howitzers to penetrate through. And those weapons are not good at that specifically, which is why I was mentioning I would love to see mortars here. Oh, there it goes. And the dog... the spite shot, just as he goes down, fighting gravity with plasma. I love it. Well done, Clow. That was a lot. That was an intense match. Holy smokes. I'm gonna have to see that again. Look at it. Beautiful. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good round. That's what we're here for. Alright. We're getting set up for the next round. This one should be pretty quick, as we are in the final match. Final matchup. We have a couple rounds within this matchup. Oh, this is a pretty looking one. I like the hexagons. Ladies and gentlemen, the match is made. We are about to jump into the next round. Alright, the players are ready. I hope you guys are, because we're about to jump into the action. And we are off. The score is 1-1. Actually, I like the hexagons. I like them. It's a neat... God, it's difficult to... It feels like... I know what it feels like. It feels like there's a... Like the forts are in the mid-ground. There's a background, and then there's a foreground. And we're just kind of observing from these angles. It looks so nice. But here we have on the left-hand side, it's Wind. He's playing as the Armadillo commander. Facing off against his opponent on the right-hand side, it is Clow, playing as the Firebird commander. So I'm looking for diversions from the usual here. At the moment, I don't see anything particularly unusual. Wind is even going at the upgrade center, or both players are going at the upgrade center. Now, I like what I'm seeing from Cloud. This is very clearly mortar play. This isn't surprise mortar play. I do prefer the surprise mortar play, but this is meant to be a heavier mortar aggression. I would actually like to see an even heavier investment into mortars here. Go with 7 of them. The base can easily support this. The only thing Cloud's missing right now from the heavier mortar play is the ability to sustain it via with energy production. And that is something that Cloud can resolve, and appears to be working on resolving at this moment. I like the choice of AP Sniper instead of heavy mortars right now. The thing is, if Cloud doesn't tech away from these incendiaries, then Cloud won't actually be able to deal real damage here. So there's going to have to be either a development into heavy weapons or a bigger investment into mortars. And that is a decision which isn't obvious to me from Cloud's position. Cloud definitely needs some additional counter anti-air weaponry, such as AP Sniper. Minigunner could also work. But Wind is just kind of existing, gradually building up. Going toward energy weaponry as their heavy weapon of choice. I think at this point, Cloud needs to get off of the mortars. We see factory placed, so Cloud is, could potentially push back into mortars, but would have to do fire beams first, and then up tier those mortars to heavy, specifically in that order. I like the high angle shots from Cloud. Just causes a bit of chaos. Very effective. Oh, an AP Sniper from Wind actually takes out Cloud's Sniper. That feels like heresy. Something's gone wrong here. Okay. Well, it is only a matter of time before wind begins developing heavy weapons. Looks like plasma will be the first one of choice, but it has not yet been placed. Clow, on the other hand, has placed his first fire beam, and is thus now switching to upgrading the mortars into heavy mortars, and is actually placing additional mortars. I would still like to see a 7th mortar on the board. Clow has gone up to 6 now. Would also like to see another fire beam. Like, this is the kind of build where you want at least 2 fire beams. I'd be more comfortable with 3. Clow also needs more energy production and 1 more battery. I believe he's placed the battery. Yeah, the battery is still under construction. Battery is now complete. And with an additional expansion toward additional energy production, we should see those mortars ready to play. Actually, the mortars just make it across on their own merits. They just kind of RNG their way through, which happens sometimes. A question from chat. Does this map have huge economic potential? No. It has a maximum of 6 mines, which is solid, but isn't what most people would consider to be huge. There you go. Fire, fire everywhere. And firebeam time? Firebeam time? Do it, do it, no. Oh, the mortar missed anyways. Never mind. Alright, now do the firebeam. There you go. If only, if only. Oh, AP sniper. Hitting the plasma. Oof. Or hitting the firebeam. It's worth noting that Wind does have multiple plasmas placed here. This will cause a problem for Clow at some point, just not right now. The mortars land, guarded by the firebeam. The mortars are starting to land. Oh, ho, ho. The plasma from below takes out Clow's firebeam, which will leave the mortars undefended. Yes, do it. More. Ignite everything. Make it all burn. Oh, that was close. Follow-up shot should finish it off. Yes, it does. Cloud loses a plasma. Cloud does also really want to get that fire beam online again. Cloud does have a fire beam in a position that kind of difficult to use it. Do it, a machine gun dusting. We tried. The plasmas from Wind are just kind of dealing damage to Cloud. I would like to see those mortars re-aimed away from the rear platform toward the flak. relying on fire beams to get them through the machine gunners at the rear. This is, of course, because I see juicy batteries there. But Clow is unlikely to know that. Oh, the wobble. That was actually close to breaking through Cloud's foundations, just kind of collapsing him right then and there. He's going to punch through the energy shield and take out that fire beam once again. Well done. Missed the follow-up shot, didn't take out the economy. Things have just kind of stabilized here. Damage is being done, but it's minimal-ish damage every shot. Oh, the mortars got touched. That's a scary moment. Sniper got touched and it is on fire. And it burns. Oh, ho, ho! Surprise mortars from Wind. Wind has done this pretty commonly. Hitting Cloud directly in his face, taking out 3 or 4. Is that 4? Looks like 4 of Cloud's mortars going down for it. That's going to put the Cloud immediately on the defensive, as in comes another EMP, so that the plasmas can follow up. Away we go. Oh, is that it? Oh! Oh no! That's how it ends? Oh. I figured he'd end to a collapse, but from that angle? Oof. That's painful. Wind wins it off the back of a devastating collapse. Look at it. The blinkiness. So much deforming. The crumbling. It pops, and just everything comes crashing down around it. Yeah. That's gorgeous. Now that's some damage. That was a good one. Well played, Wind. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a moment while we set up for the next round. This one is looking interesting. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off to the next round. So this one is rather handsy, I must say. Trying to catch these hands, as it were. It also has some unusual geometry, fort-wise. There are 2 cores per fort. It's like 2 different forts, which is an unusual pattern. We have a bit of a background realm here, which this man fully built 4 snipers and assassinated that wind turbine. Oh no. No, you're not doing this. This is so disrespectful. Surely, Clow, you can handle this. Don't panic. You can do it. And he's not panicking. Okay. Good lord. Not even giving me a moment to speak about what's going on here. There's also this expansion down here. I do not foresee this being used in the near future. That is so easy to disconnect. Honestly, I would still try to execute that piece of wood just to cause some deforming. That's exactly what he's doing. Good God. This man is just doing this. So we did a video, I did a video on this a while back now. This one's mechanically difficult to do. It's just sniper spam. It's literally just sniper spam. And the counter to it is what Clow is doing right now. And it's building snipers and fighting back. Wind does recognize that there's going to be a sniper here because, you know, obvious door position. But this may just knock Wind out of this round entirely. Oh, and he gets the trade, which I don't think that goes in Cloud's favor. Oh, can he get it? He's missing a couple shots. Cloud survives it. Now has to deal with Buzzsaw. And Cloud fighting back, gets another sniper trade. This one has been a time. Now, here's the thing. There's more metal exposed, which means Wind can kill it. Which is one of the goals of this sniper spam kind of stuff. The only reason Wind can't do that right now is because Clow has a sniper of his own and is winning the sniper duel. Now here's the thing. Wind doesn't have much of a follow-up beyond this. Of course, Clow has been completely derailed. Whatever Clow wanted to do, he can't do. But oh no, really? Wind manages to get his heavy weapons tech first before Clow. So Wind is just kind of ahead here. despite all of this expenditure on snipers and early game aggression, Wind is actually ahead. Okay, I did not expect. That's alright, so this is gonna have an actual game. After that mess of a start, we are gonna get a real game here. Like an actual late game macro type experience. I don't know how to feel about that. It feels unnatural. But okay, here we go. I am actually kind of surprised Wind didn't double down on the snipers. Picking up an AP sniper does actually cause serious problems for Clow and keeps Wind's own snipers alive. At least for a while. Then the buzzsaw comes in, does damage, and then Wind can activate his commander ability and has an AP sniper to cause internal detonations. It begins. Into the macro stage, as Wind is ahead with the plasma beam placement. We do see the classic 20mm spam from Clow, expected as Clow is the scattershot commander. The snipers, they return. He's got more of them just in time for Clow to not have any snipers of his own. At this stage with these defenses, the snipers are not the end game threats. I say as if Clow hasn't quite literally won a game off the back of them. Off of their, frankly, broad shoulders. Opening volley. 20 mils, doing some damage, executing those snipers in some kind of cathartic vengeance. But Wind survives it, which is not a surprise. It begins. The first plasma beam sent, and the second. Kind of surprised that Wind didn't focus the beams there. So one of the benefits of Eagle Eye is it has the second fire. You can dual fire from a single, you can double fire from a single plasma. This enables you to fire the first shot and use it as like a laser pointer to drill in a second time. making it go incredibly deep, which is very, very powerful. If you thought you were safe, you aren't, because Eagle-Eye Double Shot second fire? No. Yes, and there's an example. It just cuts in. Straight through the doors. I like that Wind is just constantly rebuilding these snipers, even though they're not being used. Oh, and it cuts. Cloud loses a whole core. That hurts. So far, the expansions to these lower platforms, as I've suspected, have been an exercise in futility. But this does actually leave an interesting dynamic, where losing one of your cores is devastating but doesn't actually end the game. The thing is, that does render Clow into a particularly dangerous position. Because what does he do from here? He's lost his heavy weapons tech. He's lost his weaponry. He still has his eco, so that's nice. But what do you do with economy and, well, no weapons? The answer is not much. I mean, you try to get weapons. The only break that Clow is actually experiencing here is that Wind doesn't have a lot of weapons of his own. So Clow has some time, but it's on a pretty quick clock. And Clow has just expended most of his money on developing this lower platform, a platform which, as we've seen, and as Clow understands, is easily disconnected. Oh, that was close. Came down to a single shred of wood between him and the end. And death by sniper. Just as... oh, wow. I'm gonna be honest, those swarm missiles almost wiped out Wind's lower core. That was... that spite was a lot stronger than I expected it to be. Just keeps hitting. And it almost takes it. A single plank remains. Actually, no, it's technically 2 planks, unless there's some burns. That one might burn down, but 2 planks left. Commander active ability with the AP sniper to try to get those shots in. To get them deeper before detonating. But then the AP sniper just goes directly to the core and ends it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, Wind will officially win the competition. However, we still have one more round. We're doing a show match, a showcase, on the final map. So you guys get to see it for yourselves. I'm looking forward. This one is different. Oh, this one is very different. Okay, this is interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you've liked this content so far, make sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, because we got more content like this coming out every single week, multiple times a week. As we're getting set up for the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are off to whatever this is. It's like giant oil rigs. So this is not anything like the entire set of maps that has been developed by Peel this time. This is so detailed. I don't even think oil rig is the right word. I don't know what it is. It's big. Oh, I just realized something. This is like background, and its arm out here is also an expansion slot. That's a little trippy. Like, look at it. It looks like it's tiny and in the background, but it's not. You can just touch it. You just reach out and touch it. It's right there. You can do it. Okay. Okay, that's fascinating. Oh my. So we do have an immediate reveal, by the way. Clow was picking the Firebird commander, but Wind picked Phantom and immediately revealed that they were Phantom. And I don't know if that's meant to be weaponized reveal or not. I don't... Like, what do you do if your opponent picks Phantom and then tells you that they're Phantom? How do you handle that? I wouldn't know how to handle that. Oh, he's doing it. Oh, this is AP Sniper Cheese, and he's got a... Guys, we've got an AP Sniper Cheese. It's happening. He's doing it. It's happening again. This isn't the sniper spam we saw last time. Oh, no. No, no. This is proper AP Sniper Cheese. We're going to see triple AP Sniper opened up with a buzzsaw. Maybe a pair of minigun follow-up. Do it. Hit. 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 And the fourth shot will... Oh! And it's over! That was clean! That was perfectly executed. If you guys want to know how to do that build, that's how you do that build. That's just it. That is exactly how you do that build. Quick, easy, perfectly aimed execution of the target. You open up with the buzzsaw, leaving just enough left to penetrate with the AP snipers, and they just go. Look at it. Look at that perfection, that precision. And just like that, the round ends. Alright then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is that map. Alright guys, well, I hope you have enjoyed this tournament, because I certainly have. I'm looking forward to playing some of those maps. What I need to do is I need to get Peel to do a 4v4 map creation, because that I need 4v4 maps so I can use them in community streams, because I want that. I want that a lot. Like, I really want that a lot. But once again, shout out to other competitors. Shout out to Win for taking first place. Clow for taking second. That was beautiful. Alright, what we are going to do next is we are going to swap on over. We're going to restart the stream so that we can disable the delay. Once again, shout outs to everyone for putting this together, or Peel for doing the main heavy lifting, and to the other casters, as we have OG, who's hosting and casting. We have Taichu, who is actually broadcasting their perspective during this. And we have Bombstander doing the German cast, which is, you know, lovely. A good time all around. Alright then, let's go ahead and restart the stream and I will see you guys here in a minute.